Coffee cups and cigarettes laying around the room. I don't mind a little mess, just wanna stay with you. And we'll do anything that we want today. Won't be scared of falling down no more. So take me away to some other place. Don't wanna wait. Oh, my Indian summer, take me away. I ain't afraid, calling your name. Oh, my Indian summer. Oh, my Indian summer. Oh, my Indian summer. We are green under the sun, we do our best to hide. Innocence fading away as we learn the truth. And we'll be anything that we wanna be. Gonna get what's coming anyway. So take me away to some other place. Don't wanna wait. Oh, my Indian summer, take me away. I ain't afraid, calling your name. Oh, my Indian summer. Oh, my Indian summer. Oh, my Indian summer.
Thanks everybody for joining us. We will be officially starting right at 1 p.m.
The flames won't burn our skin. We're thick as thieves, and we know what we do. We live on like an echo. Oh, so take me away to some other place. Don't wanna wait. Oh, my Indian summer, take me away. I ain't afraid, calling your name. Oh, my Indian summer. Oh, my Indian summer, oh, my Indian summer.
I've been so many places, I've seen them all with open eyes. Seen islands, open spaces, Serengeti sun slowly rise. All these memories, I hold them near me when I sail the Aegean Sea. But there's one place for me. Take me to the place where I come from. The only place where I really belong. Take me 'cause this voyage seems so long. Back to you. Ooh. Back to you. Ooh. Where streets are filled with people I used to race back home from school. We could lie, but lying only buys you so much time. You could hurt, but hurting's never gonna make it fine. You could shake, but try and shake it off all you can. You might fake, it's never gonna make you understand. I don't care what you do, but here's a tip from me to you. Look your failures in the eye, only way to say goodbye. Once you lift them from your heart, you could have a brand new start, it's true. This is real, as much as anything you'll ever feel. Not that safe, without those pretty secrets you conceal. Could be hell, you're shutting someone up that knows you well. Tear you apart, pull you from the end back to the start. I don't care what you do, but here's a tip from me to you. Look your failures in the eye, only way to say goodbye. Once you lift them from your heart, you could have a brand new start, it's true. And life will smile to you. I say life will smile to you. I once stood where you stand now with no end in sight. I was lost, but if it's worth the win, it's always worth the fight. It's always worth the fight, yeah. I don't care what you do, but here's a tip from me to you. Look your failures in the eye, only way to say goodbye. Once you lift them from your heart, you could have a brand new start, it's true. It's true. I don't care what you do, but here's a tip from me to you. Look your failures in the eye, only way to say goodbye. Once you lift them from your heart, you could have a brand new start, it's true. Your life could smile to you.
Testing.
Every step, every road, every single trace. Analyzing. Try to figure out those lines up on your face.
Okay, everyone, come on in.
You're still
Everyone come in and find a seat.
stepped away from me. Those doors are closed.
Yeah, all right, we got
Oh.
some more chairs coming, but if you have an empty chair next to you, if you could scoot in or make it available, because we're going to need every chair in the house.
Who's excited to be here, right now? Woo! Oh man, I know I am excited. Please make room for your friends. If there's some seats in the center of your row, I invite you to just scoochie, one direction or the other, preferably from the inside to the outside. We have a seat up here in front, unless we're saving that. Okay. We've got 2 seats in front over here. All you beautiful people in the back, I can tell with all the smiles that everyone's so excited about what's going to be announced today that they just can't stop talking. Woo! But you're going to have to stop talking back there. Wow. Oh, man, this is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. I was introduced to Strongbrook about 1.5 years ago through my brother, Stephen Palmer. Does anyone know Stephen Palmer? Woo! Stephen Palmer is actually a ghostwriter, and he's assisted Chris in writing 2 books and is currently working working on the 3rd book, Limitless. Is that exciting? Woo! And at the time, I was like, it's real estate. What does this have to do with me? I have no credit, and I've never bought a house. I mean, there was all these, fun limiting beliefs, and I thought, wow, this company just seems really great, but I'm not sure I'm ready to jump on board. And then I showed up at Limitless. Woo! And that's when I decided to hook, line, and sinker, jump on this ship with Christopher Crone and the Limitless team and Strongbrook Direct. And it is the best decision I have ever made in my entire life. Who feels the same? Woo! All right. So, what's been created to present to you in this meeting today? I'm going to tell you right now that all of you that are here, all of you that are online watching live stream, hello everyone, we're so excited that you're here. Woo! All right. You are part of history in the making. Who's excited about that? What is about to be presented to you today? There's nothing in the world out there like it. I joined Inner Circle not knowing how I was going to create a plan to make it happen. Limitless found a way for me to make a plan. They found a way for me to be a part of this. There have been countless individuals that have been a part of Limitless that somehow, some way, you've created a way and we've brought you into our family. The time has come for us to open the floodgates on a much higher, limitless level. Who's ready for that? We want even more people to be able to take advantage of our higher level programs. We want even more people to benefit from serving at these events so that Limitless has no more limits. Get it? On our growth. We are ready to skyrocket at an unprecedented pace, and in the past, I may have accused this as being a runaway freight train. Man, am I glad I'm on it. Woo! And the man that has made it all possible, this plan, what's going to be presented to you today, actually has been a joint effort of a lot of people. A lot of people who are passionate about this movement, a lot of people who understand the power and the change in this world that every individual has, and that this body called Limitless and Strongbrook Direct, the ability that we have to change the world. It's time to grow our numbers. It's time to make this happen. But you know what? It wouldn't have happened without one person. One person that started this whole incredible journey. Because he decided to step up. Because he decided to stand in his greatness. Because he decided to do something different. This man was willing to listen to the voices of the people. There were a lot of people speaking up and saying, hey, this is how it can be better. Hey, how can we benefit more? Hey, this is how we can grow even faster and even bigger. And instead of just saying, yeah, well, I'm the leader and I make all the decisions, he's humble. He's teachable. This is one of the most powerful attributes of this man that I've grown to love so much, to be my brother and my friend and my mentor. Please welcome to the stage, Christopher Crone.
Hey! Come on now! Come on! Come on! All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance. Come on! And ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. I can't stop the feeling, so just dance. All right. So just dance. Ooh, it's something magical. All right, who's excited? Welcome. I want to acknowledge that we've got a great group of people out there in Vernal at their regional that are actually tuning in and watching this. Can everyone turn around to the camera and say, hey, Vernal! Hey, Vernal! And I want to acknowledge all of our out-of-state friends and people from all across the nation that are tuning in. And of course, we keep bringing in a lot of extra chairs. For those of you that are still standing around, I apologize. We're still getting some coming. But watch this. We got one chair. Put your hand up if you got one next to you, just real quick, so a couple of you can find your seats. Awesome. The second request that I have is if you can turn off your body heat on your body. It'll just make the room way more easy to manage, right? Just by show of hands. By show of hands and curiosity, who here has experienced a powerful Limitless breakthrough in their life? Yes. Give yourselves a big round of applause. You know, the reason why I wanted to get together today, I think we said it really well in the email and on Facebook when we promoted that out. And there's some information that we're going to be sharing that many of you have been waiting for, many of you have been hoping for, and today we get to share so much more of what that looks like. Just out of curiosity, by show of hands, how many of you would love to be incentivized to keep coming back to Limitless, growing the community, and maybe even creating a career out of it? All right. Over the last couple of months, in fact, I want to tell you that for the last year that we've been putting on Limitless, just even this morning, I was sitting down with Gerald Rogers, who really helped conceive of this original plan. And as he and I were at breakfast this morning, I was looking at what we had started and what it's turned into. What we launched 14 months ago was a company, right? We set up an LLC, we set up an intention, we had a business plan. The business makes money, we share some of the money. But something happened in the last year where it stopped being a business. And it started becoming a community. And then from a community, it's turned into a movement. And that's why we have, I'm not there in Vernal, but you know what? We have a whole set of amazing trained people from our community that are working with 80 individuals right now putting on a 2-day Limitless event. Can we give Vernal one more time? Huge round of applause. Right. We've got Josh, who just joined our inner circle last month and right now is coordinating how to bring Limitless to Seattle. We've got someone else bringing up to Boise. We've got Idaho Falls coming online. St. George just happened this last week. And right now we've got Ogden, Davis County, Murray coming up. And Limitless is really spreading its wings. And I'm starting to feel like there's not a whole lot that I can do about it. It's just going to happen no matter what. And I blame all of you for that, by the way. So give yourselves a round of applause. You know, going from a business to a momentum, it really changes the dynamic and it changes the game. The biggest difference between owning a business and being a part of a movement is that as a business owner, you get to call the what? You get to call the shots. But when it's a movement, who calls the shots? Everybody does. And it has been beautiful to witness this release of control and becoming more and more detached and really figuring out what really is going to create a model that will bless as many people as possible. And I know that for many of you believe as I do that in our lives, we're striving for truth. In fact, this room and those of you online, we're truth seekers, aren't we? We're people that are looking for what the higher laws are, what the higher truths are. We want to know how to fulfill the measure of our creation here on this planet. And Limitless is simply a beautiful outlet. It's simply a beautiful community where we come together and we are encouraging the best out of each other. And I remember a time in my life not very long ago that when I would get together with people, I would find myself in company of great leaders and inspiring people, but also those that were stuck in their stories and their victimhood. In fact, the world is filled with it more than it ever has been before. And this community makes it possible for you to breathe fresh air in a space where people are going to show up and support you. And there's only one thing that we ask of you in return. We ask that you are open-minded to look at life different, so that you can get past where you're stuck, so that you can move past your garbage and the things that only frankly just get in our own ways and keep us from being happy. And that's what I love about every single one of you in this room and those of you that are joining us online, is that we are a community of like-minded, happy people that want to figure out how to live life to the fullest. Yes or yes? Yes! Yeah. So in this last year, I've been watching, and one of the things that I've been watching is that for years, we've had a company that has a financial economic engine that's designed to motivate people to do certain activities, to build and grow our communities. But Limitless has taken that to a whole new level. And Limitless has been functioning largely without its own compensation plan, its own model for how it can inspire and build people. Out of curiosity, how many of you have been to one of our events, found yourself wanting a higher level program, but needing additional ways to manifest it? Okay, that's one of the big things that we're going to be talking about here is how does a real community come together and make sure that everyone's needs get met based on where we're at? And that's what I want to share with you. What I'm going to be talking about today is what we call the Limitless Community Revenue Sharing Plan. And the key word here is share. Can everyone say share-tastic? All right, I think it's a fantastic plan. It's share-tastic because everything I'm going to share with you is all based on an idea of sharing. One of the first things that my parents tried to teach me, probably unsuccessfully. All right, so here's what I would like to do. This idea that I'm going to be sharing with you has not come from me. It's been watching and learning. It's been inspiration. It's been gathering countless emails, inspired texts, and messages. And over the last month, I have been meeting with one of my mentors. His name is Ed Hoyt. Some of you maybe had a chance to meet him a couple Limitlesses ago. This is a man who sold his previous company for 9 figures. He's been an entrepreneur his entire life, very successful, and he has incredible firsthand experience in trying to figure out how to create a model that can incentivize everybody involved. And he came to me and he said, you know, Chris, your company and your real estate, you guys have a great model, and it's built great for that model. However, Limitless is a different model, and it needs to have its way of helping people grow too. And so we started working on it. And then I started gathering some of our leaders together, started getting some feedback. We started doing secret tests without anyone knowing it, tracking numbers, using calculators. And what I'm going to share with you today is the start. We're letting you know that a pre-launch of Limitless is coming. A pre-launch that begins, we were going to start at January 1st, but the reason why we put on this meeting is that we want to just bump it up and advance it and actually start launching it in 2 weeks at our November Limitless. And we want to invite all of you to be a part of it. Yeah. All right, don't get so excited. We may have gotten some things off and we're looking for some feedback. Does everyone first of all know what pre-launch means? Pre-launch means test phase, right? It means we've been watching and learning from you, and we now are actually bringing something to the table that could really grow Limitless so much more dynamic. But ultimately, during pre-launch, the only way we're going to know if it works is what? Is to test it and to get your feedback and get your help. So as I explain what this is, there's a small group of individuals I'd like to bring on stage. I don't know if we have enough chairs for all of them, but because some of them are in Vernal and some couldn't be here today, there's individuals that I have asked to be a part of our last Limitless Advisory Board in taking a look at what we're going to be sharing today. I'm putting them up on here on stage so that they can also be sharing their feedback and ideas and thoughts, and of course, we want to get yours as well. And so all of you that were actually a part of that last Limitless Advisory Board, friends, will you please help me give a round of applause as we invite them to the front of the stage? All right. Is it okay if I take this off and gonna get a little bit more comfortable here and try to contribute to the turning down the heat in the room? All right. So this amazing group of men and women are a group of about nearly 20 individuals that came together and have looked at the last iteration of what I'm going to be sharing with you in gathering feedback and fine-tuning. And what I'm going to be sharing with you today, I'm going to let you know exactly what we're putting into effect for November, and it has the ability to powerfully affect every single one of you. Because I'm not going to be distributing this just yet, because this is what we call pre-launch. What's it called? Pre-launch. So because we're pre-launch, here's what you're welcome to do. Take notes on what I'm sharing and know that you will be getting a more official version of this, and we're going to be launching this in November. So some of you may want to take some notes on what we're going to be talking about. The first thing that I want to start with is I want to talk about really what is the purpose of the Limitless community, because this concept of coming together as a community and sharing, which we have not had before, there's a reason. And a few months ago in summer, we had a chance as a leadership team to come together and really define what is Limitless, and we came up with 12 major purposes of what Limitless does. Do we have a handheld mic that we can get brought up here? Thank you, Anthony, I appreciate it. And I'm going to ask my dear wife, Colleen, to actually go ahead and stand. Wait, real quick, will you tell us your name?
I'm Colleen.
Hey, Colleen! Would you just share the 12 principles of Limitless that our community is built on?
Number 1, to break through every limiting belief.
By the way, how many of you agree with that one? Break through every single limiting belief getting in our way?
2, learn to consciously create.
Who wants to learn how to manifest more fully?
3, heal the broken heart and liberate the captive. I think that might be my favorite. 4, see the greatness in ourselves and others. 5, to experience a community of support. It goes from 5 to 7. We're gonna have to fix that. Okay.
It's pre-launch, it's okay.
To discover, teach, and live truth. 8, to develop life-changing leaders. Let's give a shout out for that
who
one.
are the life-changing leaders?
9, to live our purposes. 10, to accelerate our progress. 11, to awaken our divine self. And 12, to love without condition.
All right, can you guys get behind these different principles? Thank you, Colleen. All right, so in growing this community, we know that we need to develop and grow leaders, and a decision that we made at the start of Limitless was this. May have been one of the first on stage, but I don't intend to be the last. Right now, Limitless is being filled more and more by a number of very gifted men and women. We have some people here in the room that are really doing some large things to actually grow the Limitless movement. We've got Kirsten Moore right here. Kirsten is launching our Davis County or Murray, Salt Lake City. There's so many of them. She's doing our Salt Lake City Limitless and already has over 100 tickets sold to that event. Let's give it up for her. Awesome. We've got Susie and we've got Blake, and they've just achieved the same thing in Davis. Is that right? Davis County? Murray. Murray, and now working on Davis County. Let's give them a huge round of applause. And there are others, and so I love how leaders have been stepping forward. The plan I'm going to share with you really is about how we help you get more personal mastery, change lives, serving others, and earning income. And so how we're going to share, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about 6 major ways that people can make money with Limitless. How many? 6. And really that can be condensed down into really 3 simple ones. We're going to be talking specifically about how you can earn money in a different way by actually sharing the Limitless events, how we pay you when people get started with our programs, and then we have a whole series of tools on how we share with you for helping create the events and lead the events. What I'm sharing with you is a career path with Limitless. For some of you, it'll just be some really great thank you money, and for others, this is going to be a powerful way to actually manifest our real estate community. Or it could be getting into the inner circle, or it could be Mentor Maker, or it could be our Gladiator program. Just by show of hands, how many of you would love to actually get yourselves in one of those programs? Yeah, so again, you can take notes on this. Listen carefully on this one. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be talking about Limitless Tribe members, coin change a life and change your life. Every one of us in Limitless land, maybe it will be a theme park someday. That'd be kind of cool, right? Not the happiest place, the most positive place on the planet, right? With the dance club. Got it. So every single one of us is actually we're all tribe members of Limitless. If you come to Limitless and you're enjoying it, you're a member of the Limitless family to grow with us. And there are 3 things moving forward now that we are doing for our tribe members that we're putting into place for the November Limitless event. By the way, when is the November Limitless event? 16th. It's 16th, 17th, and 18th. Is it the last one of the year? Yes. And then after that, we're going to be having one in January. So this is a good opportunity for coming together as a team and creating a launch. So here's 3 things that are going to happen just by being a tribe member. By the way, do you have to pay to be a tribe member? At this level, we're all tribe members. So for you to actually be registered as a tribe member, everyone, I'm going to show you what that looks like. Take your hand, put it on your heart. Is it beating? Okay, take your other hand. Can you fog your hand? You're a tribe member. Round of applause. All right. There's 3 benefits that tribe members get. How many? 3. Here's the first one. The first one is it's all based on the system called Limitless Points. And Limitless Points, essentially 1 point is good. It's equivalent to $1. And so just for being a member of the tribe, the first 3 things we're going to do is, number 1, you get invitation points. So tribe members who invite people that are 21 and older, we know that you can be 16 and older and come to the event, but specifically those that are 21 and older and do attend all 3 days of Limitless, you're now going to be receiving 100 Limitless points per attendee. And all of those accrue that you could be using for a program. The second thing is when you come, how many of you actually have ever come and staffed at any Limitless event? So many of you have, many of you haven't. What we're going to be doing now is if you are staffing at what we call a protege level. Protege means in training. What does it mean? So if you are there as a staff protege, a team lead protege, or an angel protege, you will now be earning 150 points per day, or over a 3-day Limitless event, you would be earning 450 points, or in other words, $450 of discounts towards any future program. What? Wow. It's true. Wow. You guys excited about that? And we'll talk about how you can use that at the swag table or, apply that towards programs. The third one is what we call thank you points. What are they called? Thank you points. Okay. If you invite anyone ever to any of our programs and they decide to get started with any one of our 4 communities, you will automatically earn 4,000 Limitless points that you can apply to any program. What? 4,000 points. So by the way, over the course of a short period of time, if a couple of people got started in the program, you staffed a little bit, how many of you are starting to see that there are ways that you could trade that into 6 or 12 months of the Inner Circle program or other communities? Yeah. And this is important to me because I want every single one of you here in the room and those of you online to have a path for being able to get started. And this is one of many ways that I'm going to be sharing today that we share with you. Now, before I move on to the other one, just from our panel here, and we got a microphone, do any of you have any comments on what it was like for you to help build and create this part of the program to make sure everyone could have a path?
Oh boy, do I have some. This is an incredible, I get to meet with a lot of people in my role as a pathfinder at Limitless. And people's desire to become their best self, to step in and really make a change in their life, it's tremendous. And yet, we've put a lot of limiting beliefs that keep us from moving forward, that I don't have enough money right now, or I don't have enough time. And that's just not the case. And I look forward to everyone being able to serve, to invite, and to be able to earn these points, to earn these credits towards stepping forward, having a path every time you invite, every time you serve. This is an incredible opportunity.
Awesome. Let's give it up for Dave. Thank you.
So I was at the first Limitless and joined Inner Circle right away. And so I've actually had enough months under my belt that I've had the opportunity to serve in almost every possible capacity and role. I was a team leader. I was team lead captain. I've done lots and lots of different things behind the scenes except for Christy Richards' shop and maybe not the swag shop. I've known from the beginning that what was being created here was unlike anything that's ever been introduced on the planet. I've known from the beginning that I wanted to see this go national, international. The joy that I've had by serving in all the different capacity is priceless. The compensation that I've received for serving at these events is beyond any compensation that could ever be offered to me. And now they're so generous to give me more compensation than I've already been given. Can we celebrate that for a second?
Thank you. So I do want to now talk about how you start making real physical dollars with this, but the first thing we wanted to share is if you contribute in any way at any of our events or inviting people to be there, then we want to make sure that that counts for something, because many of us, what we're really looking for, the way that, Kara, you've been paid in ways that money never could have, is honestly in mastery and experience and breakthrough and learning. And that's what I get out of it too. When I started my journey in the realm of mentoring, in the beginning, I got paid very little compared to what I'm paid now, but I was paid in an abundance far beyond the monetary and how I grew. And so what we want to do is we just want to throw in some extra awards that say, wow, come and serve and grow your life and grow your family and grow your mission and grow your purpose. And let's make it even easier by also helping you collect all these points that you can use to get additional, more aggressive mentoring and training that you're looking for. All right, what I want to do right now is I want to talk about what a career path would look like, starting slow and building really big. And if you want to, many of you in this room are, but for those that are going to be stepping in to start making money with Limitless, we have a special name for those tribe members. Does anyone know what it is? It's ambassador. So anyone can be an ambassador. Those that are on the $99 a month paid tribe subscription, you're automatically ambassadors. Even if you have 3 other people on it and you're 3 and free, you're still an ambassador. And anyone that's in any of our high-level programs, you don't have to pay for that. It comes free with the program, so you're automatically a tribe member. So what we're doing is we're creating a way that anyone can be a tribe member and play, but ambassadors are the ones that are saying, I would like Limitless to really turn into anywhere from a hobby money-making opportunity to something more aggressive. And for me, it all comes down to this idea that I just remember with all the growth I've done in my life, I thought, how cool would it be if I could get paid to grow? Is there anyone else that thinks that would be kind of amazing? Like, what's your full-time job? I grow myself. All right, so ambassadors have 3 different major ways that they can earn money. How many? 3. Okay, let me talk about the first one. This is brand new. This is called the Event Builder Sharing Pool. And the Event Builder Sharing Pool is where we take 5% of all the money that a Limitless event makes. And just so you're aware, we not only have a great thriving culture, not only growing, but we also have a very successful model behind the movement, and there's money earned. And so one of the ways that we want to share that is with our ambassadors that build the event. And here's how that essentially works. If you invite somebody to an event as an ambassador, then you get a share in that 5%. And for each person you bring, you get a share. However, if you were to invite 5 or more people that come, then you get 1.5 shares per person. And if you were to invite 10 or more people, we got some of you in this room, that's just kind of what you do, you actually get 2 shares per person. And let me tell you what that would have meant at the Limitless event 2 weeks ago. What that would have meant if you had brought someone to the event, it meant that if you had brought one person, you would have basically made $75. If you had brought 2 people, $150. But the moment you bring 5 or more, you would have started making hundreds of dollars, and 10 or more, well over $1,000, $1,400 specifically. And so we don't know what the amount is because it based on the event's what? It all comes down to the results, but what we're now saying is if you bring people to the event as an ambassador, we want to share with you. So whatever gets generated, we're one team in this, and so as one team, we want to recognize a part of that for those of you that are helping bring people to the event. Now the reason why this is such a big deal is because our next event is in 2 weeks on November 16th, 17th, and 18th. We already have hundreds of people registered, but not everyone will be an ambassador. Those that are ambassador get to share in the people they bring and the people that they don't bring, and we're all in it together. And for many of you, this can make a substantial financial difference in your life just by inviting people to come to the events. And by the way, whether they move forward, participate, buy something, or just enjoy the 3-day event, you still actually get to share in whatever gets generated because you helped bring people there. What do you guys think?
Yeah. Is that only for people that have never been to a Limitless before?
Thank you. So Heather's question, is that for people that have never been to a Limitless before? The answer is yes. Yeah, great question. All right, so that's just the first thing. Here's the second thing. The second thing is we have very real thank you money that basically says, hey, if you invite someone, if a program resonates with them and they move forward, we feel it's important to also share directly with the person that did that. And so we share a percentage of that, 8%. So anytime anyone purchases any of our higher level programs, we're going to send you $2,000. You guys okay receiving that check? Yeah. Now I want you to know that any check that we send you, you can always trade for double Limitless points. So that would be any check we ever send you. Say it again. If we're going to send you a check, you can always trade it for double Limitless points and accelerate your way into that program that you want to be a part of. Okay, the next way that we're sharing with you is we have these pools. How many of you have ever showed up as staff? Put your hands up. Team leaders, angels, and any of the other positions, whether you are a speaker on stage, whatever that looks like, we now have an event leadership pool. A what? Event leadership pool. So those who are no longer proteges but have been trained, which is I'm no longer a protege staff earning credits towards a program. I'm not a protege team leader earning credits or a protege angel earning credits. When I am fully trained, then you also get to share in the results of the entire event. So for example, we've got 3 different categories. So we've got those that are serving as staff and team leaders and angels that are going to be earning a piece of what that looks like. Those serving as our team leader captains and angel captains and playbook captains and the captains that work with the different leaders. There's a pool there, and then also we have our guardian angels, our stage presenters, and some of the people that are on stage facilitating everything. So every single person that is contributing to the event, anyone period, that would even include the amazing Carson in the back of the room. If you help put on the event, then we're going to share with you in anything that the event produces. And so there's something really exciting there that it's not just coming and being there for mastery and for your own growth, but we know that sometimes you're getting babysitters or maybe you're getting a hotel or bunking with someone and there are some costs associated. When we do an event in Salt Lake, sometimes there's parking that you have to pay for. And what this pool does is this means that above and beyond any of those expenses, you really do get to share in whatever the event creates. So come and staff. That may make some of our staffing a little bit more competitive because it's not just a 3-day social hangout. I mean, it's my favorite 3-day of the month social hangout. But we're there to come together as a team. And I think that one of the things this will do is that everyone that is staffing is either there because they're going for some of those credits or some of the shares. And in the share coming together, the hope is that as a more unified team, that we put on an even more powerful event. How many of you actually feel that if everyone had something to gain by helping putting the entire thing on, that we might actually even put on a more cohesive event? What do you guys think? Yes. So this is something I'm super excited about. And so I want to just pause for a second and just our team that helped create this, put this together and provide feedback. Do you guys have any comments so far that you want to share? We're going to go to Rebecca over here.
Wow. How many of you have got a few goosebumps going on? What an honor it has been to be with all of you month after month as we've been growing together, as we've been learning together, to watch this company month after month be so willing to step forward into the unknown, into change, into growth as well. And as we were talking and hearing feedback from so many of you, this change, this transformation that we share with others, it's life-changing. It's life-changing for ourselves. And it's beautiful watching others step into that and seeing light and hope come back into their eyes. And the opportunity to say, hey, we want to be a part of this, not just for a year, not just for 6 months, but to continue to carry this message and this light and this hope forward. How do we do that? Because we still got to put food on the table. We still got to pay that mortgage bill. How can we do this? And your ideas and the ideas of everyone here have come together in the most beautiful way to create a way for everyone to get over the wall.
Awesome.
I can't hardly contain myself. So I had to stand up. My man Chris Crone has just removed roadblocks, and he's made it possible for many of you in this room to be able to live your passion and your purpose. But more importantly, because I am the pastor of prosperity, he's helping us monetize our mission so that whatever your mission is, you're going to be able to take it to the world. Thank you, Chris. Thank you.
And I also want to pick on one more person. One of the very difficult roles to play at a Limitless event is what we call a team lead captain, because they've got 35, 40, 50 people that they got to frequently bring together, provide some training, answer questions, and really move as a cohesive team. And Heather's she's been doing that for our last few events. She's been doing it brilliantly. Have any of you had a chance to serve with Heather in that capacity? She deserves a round of applause. She's awesome. How do you feel, as we've been putting this together, how do you feel this would enhance your experience in herding cats? I mean, gathering team leaders and producing the experience.
I'm glad you called on me. I've been having something in my heart I wanted to share. From the very beginning, first time I was at Limitless, Chris has talked about how he could have, from the get-go, pulled in professionals from everywhere to create this magnificent thing that has been created, but he didn't. He chose to call from within and to raise up leaders. And so for me, this is just the ultimate support in helping us to actually step into that role, because so many of us have felt called. So many of us have said, this is what we want, but we just couldn't see the path, and this is the path. And this, if you feel called to be a leader, step into a team lead position. There has never been a more rewarding time to do that. This is an incredible opportunity. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you. Thank you. There are many decisions in business that I've made, some requiring more faith than others, and that was really an unknown. But I have to tell you that February was the first Limitless event we did this year, where I had a small group of people that I aggressively trained over a 1.5 month period of time, and they showed so much promise and possibility that at last week's Limitless event, I got to take the stage with 16 amazing trained men and women. Wow. And I'm telling you something. Friends, we can grow leaders from within. It works. It's real. It's real. Yeah. Thank you. All right. Beyond that point of getting paid when people join programs, sharing with you based on what the whole group produces, what I want to do right now is I want to talk about the higher level career options. This is for people, we've got 3 additional pools for people that really want to step in and actually learn some very specific skill sets when they're helping put on a Limitless. And so the first one is what we call the Leadership Longevity Pool. Oh, I missed one. Never mind. There's 4. There's the Regional Event Leadership Pool. I failed to mention that we also have a pool that is dedicated towards those that serve as pathfinders, those that serve as our head facilitators on stage with the other facilitators, and those that are also in the capacity of promoters, like Kirsten and some others that are helping put these events on. And so there's a pool, and that's a 15% pool. It's a significant source of money for people that are going to put in significant time to really expand that movement. And even right there, that already starts creating very real possibility for easily 5 figures, easily 6-figure possibilities. And we have a number of individuals that have already started racing and running. You know, in some of these different positions, like a promoter, you don't have to be in any program to be a promoter. You don't have to be in Mentor Maker or Inner Circle. We have people that are they're doing a great job working with the ambassadors as they are one and gathering people to help put on an event. And so we've allocated something very generous so that we can work as a team. The company will actually come in and help support with the flyers and the pathfinders and the speakers and really everything, but we need leadership boots on the ground in an area to help make an event happen. And so just out of curiosity, how many of you would actually like to receive some significant compensation for doing very deliberate expansion and growth of Limitless? Yeah, and I got my Idaho friends here. By the way, is this coming to Idaho or what, right? Yeah. It really is. All right, so here's some of the next pools. The first one is what we call a Leadership Longevity Pool. What's it called? Leadership Longevity Pool. Okay, I'm so excited about this one. So before I share it, I'm just going to grab some new baby juju. Marlene, would you stand real quick? Or not? Marlena's got her brand new, less than week old, beautiful baby boy, Ray. Can we congratulate her? She did such an amazing job making this incredible baby. I love these Limitless babies. So that was just honestly, will someone sheep herd me and pull me back in? Yes, right. All right, cool. Good, okay, I'm back in, I'm good. I get distracted by cute babies. I think I want another one. Is it getting hot in here? Woo! All right. Yes. Okay. All right. All right, this one's called the Leadership Longevity Pool. All right. Okay. Did you just say Mexico's coming up? It's a romantic place. All right. Yes, I know, it's true. You know, I don't easily get embarrassed from stage, right? All right. Okay, let me tell you about this Leadership Longevity Pool. Do you notice that there are some people that keep coming back and serving more and more and more, and they really become a staple, and we have so many of you in this room, and I know so many of you online. I wish everyone that's watching this online could actually be here with us, because so many of you are so familiar to me, and some of you are new, and we get to go on a journey. And before I share what this pool is, I want to say this. A year in Limitless land for me, I did it to step in as a mentor and create a shortcut for people, because so many of us were losing out on so many opportunities because we can't see them and our limiting beliefs get in our way. And when I started this, I was just looking to gather the most amazing people together that were fully committed to changing their own life, and that I could step in and help facilitate that. But this last year, I don't know if it's been more rewarding for me or those I've spent the year with, but it has been anyone that gets to spend a year immersed in this education. How many of you already know your life will never be the same again? It is, for me, it's one of the most powerful educations. I wish my children were older because I would drag them to every event. It's like Jacqueline and Cleve Smith. They've got two of their daughters that actually, one's in the back there, and they run all of the equipment, and so they get this secondhand parenting experience. Shh, I didn't say that out loud. Where basically they get to keep hearing these principles and talking about application and thinking these thoughts, and I do everything in my power to bring them into my children's life. And a year in Limitless Land has been transformational for me. We want to do something to recognize those that continue to contribute. And we have a longevity pool. And here's how this pool is different. This is not an event-based pool. This is based on all of the events in an area. So whether you're at that event or not, if you get into this pool, then we're going to take something from all of the revenue and we're going to give it to those inside the longevity pool. How many of you want to know how to get into that pool? It's a lot. There are 4 things you need: time, service, guests, and results. So time. You need to be active for a year in the community. Active means, number 2, serving at least 8 different events. Number 3, if you bring at least in a calendar year a minimum of 12 guests to the event and have even just one person move into one of our higher level programs, you will earn a share for that next year in this pool. If you do that, for those that do it for 5 years, it permanently vests, and wherever your life takes you, this is money that, as long as Limitless is around, then this is money that will keep following you and checks that'll come. And friends, I've run the numbers on this. Those that really step into the leadership longevity pool, it's not a small amount of money because it's based on everything that goes down. Right now, there was an event that just happened in St. George. There's one in Vernal, and yet I stand before you. So when you demonstrate that level of leadership, then we basically have a pool that says, let's share an entire region's worth of Limitless with you. How many of you think that's pretty exciting? Yes?
Is that pool like for the whole year of all the events in that region?
That's great. It is for an entire year of all the events in that region, but we're going to pay you on a monthly basis. Yes. You comprehend that very well. All right, I want to share just one more pool with you, and then I want to come back to those that have been providing feedback and ideas and helping form this and kind of get their feedback on this. There's one more national pool we have. It is what we call our official Limitless Mentor Pool. And the Mentor Pool is, many of you know that how Limitless has its own structure and organization, like a little mini government. In it, we have guardian angels. Their primary role is to make sure that people are properly certified in belief breakthrough. We also have inner circle captains. These are individuals that work with our quarterly team leaders and help provide structure with those that are inside the program. We have head facilitators. We have certified Limitless mentors coming on board. And so anyone that gets onto that level of career path and really gets into mastery and receives one of those appointments, we also have an additional pool, but this is on global volume. Anything that ever gets generated, period, they help us do the fulfillment at our different events, at Mentor Maker, part of our dream team like Tracy and Marianne. We have those that help us with our inner circle. And those individuals that are rising up to be leaders and on stage and powerfully doing things, people like Wileen and Jacqueline that are in Vernal, and at the same time, what a team. Shauna that helped build that event is here doing the health intensive. And it's a way to recognize and acknowledge all of these men and women that are contributing a lot. And this is a pool that gets shared across the board. And as we grow, we need more of each of these positions. And so we look at all the individuals that are taking it very serious, and we're providing a very real opportunity. The income that we have on both of these longevity pools, which is open to anyone, the Limitless Mentor Pool, which is open to those that want to step into positions where they can serve and mentor others. They're very significant pools, and it means, at that level, it means that someone could really be making this very easily a full-time career in just helping grow and support and sustain Limitless. Thank you.
Chris, this is how my visionary brain works. Something just occurred to me. So I keep hearing this word pool over and over again. And then all I can see is the kiddie pool that is on the Limitless stage with $100,000 in it and people playing in it. And I have never done that on stage before, but guess what's so cool? You'll be proud of me, Pastor of Prosperity.
I get to have my own money bath like constantly every time I come to Limitless because I'm going to be swimming in the pools. And so will you.
My heart is bursting out. In January when I went to Limitless, Chris made the call to my heart. He got up on stage and said, "What are you waiting for to become who you were meant to become?" And I heard that, and I saw the vision for what we're doing, for what this business is becoming, what this movement means, and I dove in head first. And I just want to tell you that this new program is about acceleration. Accelerate your life. If you're sitting there wondering right now, is this for me? Is it time for me to jump in and really go all out? Have the faith, have the desire, and jump in. This is the time. Know that doors will open. Don't wait. Accelerate.
No. Okay, my healer heart is so happy, and to see the smiles, Christian, your face when he pointed you out as far as that regional pool was priceless. And I'm just like, I could be a puddle of just like happy goo right here. I would be. Having been here from before the first day of Limitless and seeing everything come to pass, it's been a miraculous experience. And I was just thinking, at Limitless, we love to practice giving and also receiving. When we do Greatness I See in You, it's not only giving, but to be able to practice taking in a beautiful way the love from someone else and sharing that. I mean, it brings so much fulfillment. And I've seen over a year now of amazing, talented members of our Ohana giving and serving with getting nothing in return except for their own personal fulfillment. But they're the volunteers that come every month and sacrificing their time with their kids, time away from work. And now the ability for us to give back to them to help enhance their life and make it better. Like, I can't even, there are no words to describe my joy right now. I'm just so happy for everybody. I love you, Ohana.
The thing that's so exciting for me about this is that I felt for a long time that Limitless, there's not leaders in Limitless. For me, I feel like I'm a brother. I'm part of a family, and I want to invite more people into my family. I want people to see the vision of their greatness and how beautiful they are. And when they catch that vision, they want to share it because they came from a place of feeling less than to recognizing that I have everything that you have. And I can be a blessing to the world. And if we could put all the money aside and not even look at the money, who are we? Who are we together? How much bigger can we grow because I'm with you? Because I get to share the blessing of your family and being part of mine. And we expand and we bless each other's children because we are like-minded people who have a similar mission and a similar goal. And we can all grow together and we can become amazing. And it's just such an incredible feeling of peace that comes over me when I can look at you and just say, we're eliminating excuses. An excuse is just an excuse, and it will never get you where you want to go. And I'm so grateful to be in the company of Chris and to see him searching for ways to eliminate excuses. And it's been so powerful in my life that just to cut the garbage out of my life and to realize I don't have an excuse. I can be whatever I want to be, and I have people around me who can share that goal and that mission with me and to support me in that journey. And that is what Limitless is all about. That's what this community is about. This is what the people that are sitting in these chairs and thinking about, how can I bless your life more? And it's not about what can I get out of it. And there's no feeling of looking at you as a dollar sign. But you are beautiful. And I want you to have what I have. And it's awesome. I'm just so grateful to be part of this. Thank you.
Limitless for me has been an experience of literally watching each step unfold. And so many times I feel like I'm walking in the dark. How many of you have ever felt that way before? And when we took our recent trip to Africa and got back a couple of weeks ago, it was the perfect experience in preparation for what we're sharing right now. Because I was in a strange land when I came home from Africa and stepped foot on American soil again. Because what I realized,
We want to make room for Marianne.
oh, come on, Marianne, and welcome Marianne up here. When I came back and stepped foot in America, what I realized was, why? Why do anything? Because these people have nothing, but they're content. It's not that they don't desire things or maybe even desire more. They're so differently built than our Western mindset. Our middle class is so deeply impoverished compared to the people in Africa. And it was so startling for me to connect with them. And when I came back, I just said, why want anything when I have everything? I turn a knob and clean water comes out. I'm breathing clean air. Food so easily appears everywhere because there's always a party and a shindig and just, I have everything. And it wasn't until I saw Linda Stone at Mentor Maker a couple days later, and she had tears streaming down her eye. And she said, thank you. This has completely changed my life. And in that moment I remembered, oh, that's why. Friends, what we're shifting here in Limitless Land is you're not in it on your own building a team. There's how many teams? There's one team. And what we're saying is we're taking as much as we possibly can from this entire model, and we're redistributing it according to people's contributions, and we're sharing. Because we believe that by sharing and taking care of all the people that help build and make this happen, that Limitless can move at the pace of its potential. And really, that's what I desire. I don't desire for it to touch 1 billion lives, 1 million lives, or only the lives it has, only to fulfill the measure of its creation. And so these excuses Ben's talking about, getting them out of the way, I believe that that's what this sharing plan does. It just says, let's make it even easier for the right people to choose in, and let's make it easier for people to know their place, and let's make it easier for people to do what they need. Because anyone that gets to spend a year on Limitless Land, it gets to be a tremendous year of transformation, and your life will never be the same again. Do we have some final comments from any of you on this plan that we've been talking about? And then I'll tell how we're going to move forward and implement this for November.
First of all, thanks, Chris. This last week, I stepped away from my job. I didn't do it out of anger and frustration for those that I worked with and for the situation I was in. I could have, a long time ago, I could have stepped away in that anger and frustration. But I got to a point, because of Limitless and because of all of you, to realize how to love unconditionally. And in that job that I was in, I felt unseen. I felt like the efforts that I did, I was a graphic designer. Anything I did, it never got produced. It's a funny thing. You produce something on a screen, but then you think it's going to be produced in the world. but it didn't show up that way for me. Even though it got used and bought, it never got produced to where I could see it worn or put anywhere on a sign or anything. And immediately, when I presented a design to Chris Crone, he said, let's do it. And some of you are wearing those shirts, those graphics. This man has seen me. These people have seen me. This new plan gives each one of you an opportunity to be seen and to be compensated for what you do and for who you are. My invitation to you is don't hesitate. Like Ben said, be you now, and you will be looked after. You are seen. We see you. Thank you so much for showing up and being you.
I love you. I just had the opportunity to sit down with Lottie. Lottie, are you in here? I think she must have gotten lunch. I just had the opportunity to sit down with Lottie in a role where I was able to help her find her next step. And I felt so strongly. And I felt so strongly a year ago about what Limitless does for people. I can remember when I was sitting on the other side of that chair in my Pathfinder session. And I wanted to play with Limitless. Has anyone ever felt that before? Like, this is where I belong? And I didn't know how it was possible. And the way was found. And now we come up against another impossibility, and now the way is found. Because we are taking steps forward, sometimes into the dark, but we know our direction. I invite you to whatever that step looks like for you. Step forward. Take your next step. Because nothing is stopping you except for who? You. Yeah. In this community, we always say there's a place for everyone. But we have just made so much more space for more everyone's. And for this opportunity, not just for more people to come play, but for us to play with more people, so that we can take it not just nationally, but internationally. Because what's the message of Limitless? We are limitless. We are love. We are connection. We are power. And I can tell you something from my own personal life. If I hadn't found Limitless a year ago, it's not just I wouldn't be here today, but I'd be a year backwards. Thank you for what you've built. Thank you. And thank you to this community for coming together. I love you all.
Thank you.
Chris, before you go into your final conclusion, I just have to tell you, because at Limitless, we're about breakthrough. Is that correct? We're about breakthrough? Yeah. Well, I had a lightning breakthrough. Wiley down in Vernal, I had a lightning breakthrough. And here's the breakthrough. I allowed a microphone to pass through my hands 2 different times and never speak while on stage.
Hallelujah, miracles possible. All right. So friends, here's what this can mean for every single one of you here. First of all, at the November event, there's 2 things happening that are going to be different. All staff, whether you're at a protege level, whether you're at a trained level, you are now part of this entire new sharing plan. So any of you that want to actually come and contribute and to be a part of that, know that whatever that event creates, we're creating it together and we're sharing it together as one tribe.
Chris, one more thing that just came to mind. So it's possible that this excitement could create this really amazing mad dash to serve at Limitless, right? Yep. And there might be a moment where you have an opportunity we might be all staffed. We might have everybody that we need. Don't worry. Because we have regionals popping up all over the place. There are limitless, ways for you to show up and serve and to help. So please open your mind to all the possibilities. The regionals are just as important as our monthly Limitless events. Our intensives, we have people that came and served today at our health intensive. We have people coming to our wealth intensives and our connection intensive that we have coming up. So there are so many opportunities for you to serve.
Thank you. And on top of that, thank you. Give it up for Kara. So this plan that we're talking about for the upcoming November, this applies to all the regionals as well. So the very next regionals moving forward, all the people that come together and staff and come together, this applies for all of them. And then the second thing to take away is November is 2 weeks away. It's our last major Limitless function of the year, but we do have other regionals as well. Here's my invitation. What could this group do by coming together for November? Because we're also going to be igniting that second builder pool, which basically means for every person you bring 21 and older that stays for the 3 days, you're earning shares. And I'm going to tell you right now, the math on it, the math is juicy. How many of you would actually like to earn several $100s or over $1,000 over a 3-day period of time? Yeah, so I'm inviting you. There's a couple things that you can be doing to take action. First of all, know that anyone can help contribute and be a part of this. And every one of us is a tribe member. Wait, who's a tribe member? Everyone. Everyone's a tribe member. If you feel called to be an ambassador, then right outside those doors, Rebecca and the team are going to come together. And if you're not an ambassador on the $99 a month or haven't earned 3 and free when 3 people are on it, or you're not in that way, then join. Then become a part of that so that you get to be part of the revenue sharing activities in addition to the credits. Know that any check as an ambassador you ever earn, you can always trade for double credits. And so you've got that opportunity. And so sign up as an ambassador if you're not. And then also you have a chance for our ambassadors as a standing rule. At this time, you can always purchase discount tickets for regional events at $10, even those tickets sell for a lot more. And as a standing rule, you can purchase tickets to any 3-day Limitless event for $20. So just to be totally clear, if you bought a ticket for $20, could you give it away for free? Yes. But if they come, would you get paid? Yes. Could you also sell that ticket? Yes. And who gets to choose how much they sell it for? And who gets to keep 100% of whatever that is? All right, so that is also standing opportunity. So on your way out, you've got an opportunity, or if you're online, you can talk to our customer service office, and you can purchase your tickets always directly that way, and then get them registered through tickets at Stromberg.com, or join and become an ambassador. But make this commitment, whether you're going to be staffing this upcoming event, whether you're going to be staffing a regional, or some of you don't have schedules with flexibility to staff, and if you don't, know that you have the ability to be a part of that builder pool. So here's what I'd like to know. What do you guys think that we can do for November? That room will hold a max of 700 people. Right now, we'd probably have 200 to 300 people show up. What do you guys think we can do? How many of you want to help contribute and help build that last November event of the year and make it huge? We might be able to upgrade to a bigger room. So I'm going to invite you to take action. I'm going to invite you to be focusing November 16th, 17th, and 18th. Come and staff, or come and help fill that room, or come and do both. Be part of the upcoming regionals. And this whole plan being set in motion, this is designed to share for the company to make what it needs to sustain and grow, and then to take the other portion and share as much of it back with you. We've maximized that in every way possible Friends, it is now truly one tribe here in Limitless. And let me ask you, whose team are you on, Pat? Everybody's team. Whose team are you on, Troy?
I'm on everyone's.
You're on everyone's team. Whose team are you on? Everyone. Are we on everyone's team or what? Yeah! Go ahead and stand up with me. Come on, will you guys help me out with this one? Oh, I love my life. I love my tribe. Now I really love my tribe. Because it's share-tastic. I love to share. And I love to receive. Together we are all better off. I am seen. I see you. And I do it with unconditional love. I'm building Limitless. I'm here to spread the message. Change my world and everyone else's. Because I am Limitless. Because I am Limitless. Because we are Limitless. Every one of you matters. Every one of you counts. Every one of you is seen. Every one of you gets shared with so that our lives can improve and be as good as possible, as limitless as possible. Friends, thank you. Know that you are loved. You're on our hearts and our minds and doing everything that we can to empower you to live the most limitless life that you can. With the little bit of remaining time that we have before we shift back into health intensive, I want to thank those in Vernal. I want to thank those of you in our neighboring states and California and Illinois and joining everywhere else in Idaho. And for everyone here, I want to remind you, November 16th, 17th, and 18th, can we come together and perform a limitless miracle and change maximum number of lives we ever have? Yeah! So right now, just make the commitment. How many people are you going to help contribute to having to that event? Be a part of the first wave. Make history with us. Be amongst the first. And do everything you possibly can. Are you willing? Yes! And on one final note, many of you know the tragedy that transpired this week with Susan Peterson. Woman that was so easy to love. And I was so inspired when I would see her thrust herself at Mentor Maker on stage to try to figure out what she didn't know how to do because the message was too big in her heart. Mother of 15. And a woman that was going to speak in January her message of kindness, joy, and love. And this is a woman that gets to continue living on through us. We have an opportunity to support her family. If you haven't had a chance to contribute to that GoFund account, we're inviting you to make a contribution here where that can be collected. We're gathering clothes and doing everything we can to support this family. And for those of you in the inner circle, we're going to be doing a candlelight vigil next week at the Zermatt at our inner circle meeting. And so let's remember Susan, and if there's something you can do today to help share the message of Limitless and help share for her family.
Just a couple of details on that. One of our beautiful tribe members, Erin Wilson and her husband Trenton, are in the back by this table right here. They will be collecting any cash donations. If any of you got the message about maybe purchasing a Visa gift card, they're also collecting black clothing. It's important to the family that they wear black for this ceremony, and so they're trying to gather black clothing for all of the children. So we're not really sure what all the sizes are, but whatever you have to donate, and then whatever's left over and isn't going to be used by them, we'll pass it on to Desert Industries or whatever. But here in the back room, Erin, can you raise your hand? Okay, you can either contact her and get information from her if you want to donate outside of today. She's got a long list of things that can be done. And you can also email any ideas or thoughts or ways that you want to serve this family to guardians@strongbrick.com. That's guardians@strongbrick.com. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So friends, we've got Rebecca who on your way out with her team, her hand is up. Everyone knows who the wonderful Rebecca is. And so talk to her if you're not an ambassador, want to be an ambassador. Talk to her if you need tickets for the upcoming Limitless. And friends, help make history with us in November. You're now all officially a part of this launch, and it's only going to get gooder. You guys excited? All right. Thank you, guys.